Hi, I'm Greg Schell, and I'm with my father, Ronnie Schell, who's famous for playing Duke Slater on the Gomer Pyle Show.
Well, I did a lot of other things.
Well, I know. I'm going to get to it.
All right, let's go.
We wanted to also talk about our new and exciting upcoming movie project called Mayberry Man.
I've heard about this, and I'm looking forward to it. Is it about me?
Yeah. Well, you're in it.
Oh, okay.
And no, but we're very excited. It was written by Stark Howell, whose father played Dud Wash, and so it's a wonderful comedy about a sort of arrogant actor who gets busted for speeding.
It's not me, is it?
No, it's not you.
Okay.
However, instead of getting sent to jail, he gets sent to Mayberry Days. And of course,
great.
it changes his life. He learns
course.
the real value of family and friendship.
Absolutely. And fun.
Clean family fun. And that's what Mayberry Man and what the Mayberry Days and the Mayberry Spirit's all about.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to it. You know, fans, this is a great opportunity for all of you Andy Griffith and Gomer Pyle fans to participate in the making of this wonderful, wonderful movie. And I encourage each and every one of you to sign up for mayberryman.com and be part of this whole wonderful idea and a great movie. The script is marvelous. So I guarantee this. If you love the Andy Griffith Show, you're going to love Mayberry Man.
So what do you think about Mayberry Days and going back?
Well, I have been going to Mayberry Days for 6 years. And I must tell you, son Greg, that I look forward to it more than any other engagement, and I have a lot of engagements during the year, but that's the one I really look forward to the most. And I wanted to mention that for 25 years, Floyd the Barber, now played by Alan Newsom, has been with the show, and each year he's been funnier and funnier and funnier. Now he's sort of taken over as a part-time MC, and you're going to love him. By the way, is he still giving haircuts?
I think so.
Well, how much does he charge?
50 cents?
Does he take checks?
To learn more about the Mayberry Man movie, visit mayberryman.com and be sure to like our Mayberry Man movie Facebook page.
And welcome to another edition of A Chat With. I'm your host, Sam Macbeth, and today we have a very cool edition of the show. I have somebody here that you will recognize the voice. You may know the face from Gomer Pyle. You may know him from Disney movies, but he is an all-around great actor, voiceover artist, comedian, entertainer. He is Ronnie Schell.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that sterling introduction, and it's good to see you. It's good to be here. As I told you before we started, that I'm a big Canadian fan, having done a lot of work in Toronto and Montreal, and so I blend right in.
You do. Now, you've been in this business for a while. We won't go into how longs or anything of that nature, but you've done so much. When you started out, what was your goal when you first started out getting into entertainment? Did you want to just do the stage, or was movies and TV was that in your goals?
I wanted to be a professional baseball player. That was my whole ambition in high school. And what happened was that was the Korean War broke up my ambition, and I went into the service instead of being a pro ball player. I don't know if I'd have made it that well, but the only thing I had to rely on was that I made people laugh, and I was always sort of a cut up, and so that was what my next ambition was, and that's how I got started.
Now you've done a lot of television and movies and that sort of thing. Do you prefer the live stage to the movie or television? Like, do you like that instant feedback?
You know, I have to be honest. I've been asked that before. I don't have a favorite. I love it all. I love the live audience. I love the recording. So in answer to that question, I say I love it all. I just love it. I do love performing for a live audience. And I guess as an entertainer, you're supposed to say that's my favorite, but it's all equal to me.
And that's strange because even though like I am a radio host and I do appearances like you do appearances,
Huh?
I'm not big on crowds, so I prefer to be behind the mic and kind of anonymous.
I can understand that.
But like I'm okay in front of a crowd. Like I can get through it no problem. But I just don't like it.
Did you start out as a radio person?
No, you ready?
Yes.
I started out as an exotic dancers MC and DJ.
Wow. Exotic. Yep. How does a male exotic dancer work?
No, I was the MC.
Oh, you were the MC.
I put the lovely ladies on stage.
Oh, I see. The burlesque ladies.
Yes, but it was total nudity.
Oh, great. Frontal?
Everything.
Wow. Now, where was that?
In Hamilton, Ontario, a place called Billy Rose Palace. It was owned by a gentleman named Gene Quanamateo. And he gave me my start, and then I got into weddings and then working bars doing rock and roll and that sort of thing. Great. And then I went to a college tour of a radio station, and I was introduced to the station manager, and I asked him a couple questions about radio, and he said, I have a good voice. Have you thought about doing radio? And I said, no. He said, well, why don't you come on in? And the next thing you know, I was the morning man at a college radio station, and then it's just built from there.
The rest is history, huh? Well, that's great. Well, we won't have time to hear more about it because it's time to play You Bet Your Life. Oh, well, excuse me.
Exactly. Let's get to that. Let's get to it. Now, you've had great segments of career. You were working with Disney.
Yes.
Which is got to be something you are so proud of. You did great movies like The Shaggy DA, Gus, The Cat from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Just The Strongest Man in the World. I almost forgot that one.
Yes.
And like that segment, how did you get involved with Disney, and how many movies did you make with them, and how long were you with them?
I think I did 5, and then I did a lot. I did a lot of television. Remember, they used to be on once a week on Sunday.
Yep.
The Wonderful World of Disney. I did a lot of those as a comedian and voice person, and so I think I did. I tried to add it up. 18 was my total. That includes movies and television and stuff like that. I don't know if you heard this before, but the downside of working with Disney, I don't know if it's because I haven't done it lately, is they are very, very, I don't want to say cheap, but they don't like to spend money, and they apply that to their actors. Have you ever heard that they were very tight with the? So that was the only downside. But if you wanted to be seen, you'd work for Disney.
That's where you went.
That's right. Exactly.
And you also had a couple of great TV shows that you were on. You had Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle.
You were Duke Slater.
Yeah. Duke Slater.
Which was a great part. Actually, as we speak in the studio, I have one of those Fire Sticks, so you can get channels from all over the world. And I have the Gomer Pyle channel on right now.
Is that right?
Yeah. And Gomer's he's yammering away to Ted Bethel.
Teddy Bessel, one of my close friends.
But that was a great show. For me, the show for me was great escapism. And I say that in the sense of with things that were going on around Hamilton at the time, nothing tragic or anything, but just real life. It gave me an opportunity for 30 minutes a week to get away and feel nostalgic, even though it was fair. They were still on the air at the time.
Well, do you remember it was all during the Korean War.
Right.
And we never talked about it. We never mentioned the Korean War.
Yeah, that was the thing I loved.
Yeah, we were escaped.
Yeah, for me, it was Andy Griffith, Gomer Pyle. Those were the shows that I liked. It was that down home feel, that homey
Yeah.
family, pureness that I enjoyed. Is that why you took the role? You liked what was going on with the whole project and the people that were in it?
I wish I could say yes, but I took the part because it was available and I knew I could handle it. And they hired me beginning to play his Gomer's buddy Duke. And it just caught on, and I was there for 3 years. Then I went to do a show on my own, Good Morning World show, and that didn't work. And then I came back, and the fourth and fifth year, I did Gomer Pyle, and then we did a variety show for 2 years on CBS, which was very popular, believe it or not.
Yeah, variety was very popular for a while with like Flip Wilson, Carol Burnett. I
Yes.
believe Dick Van Dyke had a show for a while. You had a show.
We beat Carol Burnett every week. That's hard to believe, but we were very, very popular, based on Jim's former career as Gomer, and we were going to go on and on and on, but Freddie Silverman, the head of CBS, didn't like how was it quoted? Didn't like any shows with a tree in it.
Oh, that's right. I think I read something somewhere where that's why shows like Petticoat Junction and that
Exactly.
were canceled as well, because he got into a different feel. We'll call it.
That's right.
And like
show, so we canceled us all.
It's good though, because not that you got canceled, but it's good that the shows are still around and you can still see them. Like I said, I've got the channel on right now for your show, Gomer Pyle. And there's opportunities with MeTV and some of the other channels in the United States to see all the various programming and be able to go back and remember good things in that. So for that, I will always be grateful for what you've done to kind of steer me in the right direction.
I appreciate that.
Through you and everybody that you worked with. But let's move on to one of the other cool things that I didn't know this, and that is your voiceover career. You were in a lot of great cartoons. Goober and the Ghost Chasers, Fred Flintstone and Friends, Captain Caveman, Yogi Space Race.
Smurfs. I was doing Smurfs.
That's right. Yeah. Weren't you reporter Smurf?
Yes. Well, you got a great memory.
Thank you. I cheated though. It's on my page.
Oh, okay. I won't tell.
Okay, good. We won't let them know.
No.
My listeners, they don't listen to me anyway. They just listen to you. But that is some great stuff that you've done. And what I've noticed, and it seems to be a theme with you, is you love to do family-oriented projects, either for children or for families, that you could sit with mom and dad or grandma and grandpa or the kid, your brothers and sisters, and just enjoy TV for what it is, entertainment.
You're absolutely right, and that goes along with one of my sons. I have two sons, and one of them is now producing a show that is on just got signed, not Netflix. What's the other big one?
Amazon,
yeah. Started this, which was called the Mayberry Man, and it's actually a takeoff on that kind of family type entertainment with characters that are similar to Andy Griffith, and they're doing fantastic.
Well, I'm glad. I'll be sure and check that out.
Yeah, it's called, yeah, it's on now every week. Just started. It's called Mayberry Man. And my son is the producer of it, so one of the producers. And it's a show worth looking at. But you have to understand that it's not for the hip. How would you call it? Hip type.
It's not.
family.
It's for the average person, the family man, the family woman.
Exactly. And
So it's perfect for me then.
good.
My hip days went out as soon as I stopped playing football. I stepped off the field, hung up my cleats, and gone.
What, college? Pro?
I played semi-pro.
Did you? What
Yes.
team?
Here in Hamilton.
Wow.
And then
That's
I played 1 year in DePage, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
What was your position?
Fullback.
Wow. So you carried the ball.
A little bit, mostly blocking.
Great.
Was mostly like just go and push that guy out of the way.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I had a good time. I love the sport, and I still love it to this day, even though it's done me no favors.
Passed you by.
No, it's just I
Okay.
got a lot of head injuries, so I have post-concussion syndrome now. So I forget things, and I'll stutter between in the middle of a sentence.
It's all
that sort
due
of
to
thing.
football, you think?
It is.
Wow.
But it's okay. I knew going in that I could get hurt, and I knew that how it could end up. So I don't blame the sport. I still love the sport to death.
Yeah.
And I'm living a good life. I'm having fun. I'm doing what I love.
What's your team?
My NFL team is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
And of course, in Canada, I love the Edmonton, formerly Eskimos. Now they're called the Edmonton Elks.
Okay. Very good.
That's a name you should fear.
Well, that's great.
But this is all about you, not about me. So
That's all right.
let's get back to you. Now, one of the very cool things is you had a couple of good solid runs with Gomer Pyle and with your show and the variety show, but you also were in so many iconic shows. Emergency, Adam 12. You were in Mr. Belvedere, Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Just Coach, just to name a few shows that you were in. And there's so many, I could list them all day, but we just don't have the time. That must say a lot about your talent and what you do.
Well, I was lucky, but still I knew my way of performing as an actor, and I was pretty good at that. So I would grab like Jerry Van Dyke, for instance, Dick Van Dyke's brother. He was best man at my wedding, and I knew him quite well, and so when I had a chance to do that show, I said, hey, I can do Coach, and I did 2 coaches. So that was, if I thought I could do it, I would volunteer.
Well, that is awesome, and I love Jerry Van Dyke, especially his Skid Row character. That is the rock and roller. That is the greatest. Every time that episode comes on, Dick Van Dyke, I stop and watch it every single time.
And he was, I could say that, I don't care. He was funnier than his brother. Much funnier than Dick. I guess Dick is more of a song and dance man, but Jerry Van Dyke on camera.
Oh, hysterical.
Hysterically funny.
Now, one of the things that we haven't talked about that I've been holding back and waiting for just the right moment, and this is the right moment.
Okay.
There is one more iconic character that the people in Canada are going to love to find out about. And that is a gentleman named Peter Puck.
Peter Puck, of course.
You are the voice of Peter Puck.
That's right.
How did that come about?
Well, that came about because I was there at the right time when they were looking for a character to explain hockey mainly to NBC patrons, United States people. And they wanted to, at the end of games and stuff, they wanted to have time to explain the nuances of football. And that's how they signed me. And I was their master, or what do you call him, for I think 3 years. And then they went to Canadian, strictly Canadian. That was another 2 years. It was about 5 years. And the truth of the matter was, I didn't know much about hockey. And I do these public appearances, and they say, "Oh, Peter Puck, of course. What do you think about blah, 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 blah?" And I had no idea what they were talking. They were talking about plays. And I would say, "Well, I'll just leave that to anybody who wants to watch." But that's how but Peter Puck was a great character.
How does it feel to have such beloved characters as the ones that you've played? I'm sure that when you go to conventions and things like that, the people are so grateful for what you've done. That must make you feel really good. And
It does.
Is there anything that you haven't done that you'd like to try, like maybe a play or something?
Not really. I've done it all, and I've been happy about all the things I did. Every area of the show business that I've been in, I've had great audiences and relatively great success. So I don't have any downside on any of those various areas of show business.
Now, as we're winding down time here, and we're getting down to the last few minutes, something that I wanted to always find out, and I had a chance to talk to a gentleman named Pete Stacker. He is a voiceover guy as well. And I'm hoping to have an interview with Rob Paulson in the coming weeks. How did you get involved in voice acting? When I say that, I mean, like, how did you find out that you could do these various voices? Because I have none. I have barely my own.
I have trouble doing voices other than my own voice, but there are certain things that I can do, like Peter Puck. I just go up 2 octaves and just like that and say, "Love that hockey," and so that's how I got into it. And I had a run with old men. I can do and that kind of stuff. And so I was sort of lucky in that area that I captured the essence of the characters that I was playing. And it was either old men or young guys or something like that.
So you just perfectly fit a lot of the roles. Like, I can't hear anybody else doing Peter Puck. I can't hear anybody else doing some of the characters that you've done.
God bless you.
And,
Good word.
and is that one of the things that you strive for? You want, I'm assuming your legacy is to be appreciated for what you've done, and people to know that you did what you did from the heart.
Both things you just said applies to me, and I don't care how I'm perceived, but I do like to know that people like the characters that I played. And so in answer to your question, if I can play it, I'll do it.
So have you got any appearances or projects coming down the road in the next little bit?
Coincidentally, the show Mayberry Man that I told you my son's producing, I'm in the 5th episode. And so if you get a chance, it's on every week, and I play Ronnie Schell, believe it or not, and some public appearance, and that's in the 5th episode. I still work public appearances and do a one-man show comedy. And this is my 7th year doing the Andy Griffith Takeoff, shows that they do. So, yeah.
So with that, I want to thank you very much. This has been such an honor. I'm actually quite happy that I got to do this, because I really didn't think you would talk to a little DJ like me in a small town like Hamilton, and I appreciate it. My listeners are going to appreciate it as well. And
It helped if you're a Canuck. It helped.
Yeah, I try. We'll have to send you some Tim Horton donuts.
Do it.
There you go.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
And please tell your manager Leonard, thank you for everything that he did for me, helping me get this set up. And I'll tell him the check's in the mail. And we will talk real soon. And I hope to get back. I hope to have another conversation with you at some point.
Sure.
If you have any projects coming up, books or anything like that, please tell Leonard to let me know. And you are always welcome on A Chat With.
Thank you. I'll be in touch.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And
And with that, I want to thank Ronnie Schell for being my guest today. And when we come back, we're going to have some more great stuff right here on A Chat With Rudy Blair taking over. So stick around.
Hi, everyone. Peter Puck here, and I'm about to score with style. Yippee! I was pulling an Ovi. That's celebrating a goal in style. Alexander Ovechkin style, to be precise. Check this out. Nobody enjoys scoring more than Washington Capitals' Alexander Ovechkin. And almost nobody scores as often these days. He celebrated over 200 goals in his first 4 NHL seasons. For a guy who looks like he's never been to a dentist, he sure smiles a lot. Alex is a real ice chip off the old block. His mom was a great athlete who won 2 Olympic gold medals in basketball, and his dad was a pro soccer player. So the next time you see me fly into the net, check and see if number 8, Alexander Ovechkin, is on the ice. If he is, watch the celebration.